All right. Listen, we here. It's episode 3 of The Answers. RIP to 40. This is a big one. We took a week off just to get these 3 gentlemen on the Zoom at the same damn time, right? And like my man Dion said, I got time today. I got some time today. So just for the world to know who the 3 dudes are that we got D. Shavar Newkirk, 2014 point guard, St. Joe's graduate. We got Isaiah Musius, 2018 class, Wake Forest graduate. And we got Tyson Etienne, 2019, Wichita State graduate. We got a theme going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be a theme. Don't walk out that university without that degree.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Don't, use basketball. Don't let it use you. I'm proud of you guys. And I know I have my foot up all y'all asses to get it done. You know what I mean? So it worked itself out. We still love each other, as you can see us on the Zoom. Get right to it. Listen, big news, man. Big news. I see the shirt. Our PSA. Y'all copped the book. I know y'all went and got the book. Show of hands who got the book. One time
mine is on its way.
It's on its way. Greatness take a little while. Amazon gonna do their job. Don't y'all worry. But on the same thing with the book, just like all of you guys on this phone, man, the book has been top 100 in the ratings for a whole month straight, right? Shout out to us. We got the 5-star status as of today.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
we official now.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that. That's all of us, man. Appreciate it. It's official. We doing it. And whoever didn't get the book that's watching the Zoom, pause it and go get on the Amazon. Go get 2 books because you late. Get it together.
Yeah, you got to put the link below or something, man, so they could just tag it and go straight to the link, man.
That's exactly why you're a graduate. See? We working together. We working together. You're going to get compensated for that, Newkirk.
I got you.
So listen, this how this thing going to go, man. We got one question each. We're going to keep it flowing. Make sure you're saying it from the heart. No holds bars. First question going to the point guard. Shavar, explain to those coming behind you, what's the requirements at PSA on and off the court as a point guard?
The requirements on and off the court, you have to be a leader at all times. I caught myself slacking, playing around, trying to just fit in because, I just was trying to make friends or just, show my leadership. But it's a big role. You have to set the examples, set the dominance, especially if you consider yourself an alpha or a top person on a team. And it just, you have to find that thin line between leadership, friends, and just the basketball court, really.
Yes, sir. They Coach Justin and I, all of us, rule number 1, never leave home without your point guard. Never leave home. So when you guys get into the coaching field, go get you an elite point guard before anything. Trust that. Second, Isaiah, what would you say is the biggest misconception of PSA and why? The biggest misconception of PSA and why?
I think probably the biggest misconception is probably that we don't have no fun. I think a lot of people think that we be so serious all the time and we take things seriously. We focus on so much of the little details that a lot of people think because we're not running around the hotels or going over here and doing this stuff that we're not having fun. But we just be focused so much and be locked into the things that go and get us, far in life to the point where it's like we have fun with ourselves. We're going to go out, have a good time. We're going to go bowling. We're going to do all this stuff. But we're not going to do those things that are ever going to hinder us from the progression that we already started before PJM or before anything happened. So I think the biggest misconception is like we don't have no fun, which is totally false. I'm talking about my whole team. We've been brothers ever since we started playing together. And I say my best memories is playing on the road and just going bowling, going to Topgolf, doing all those things, not having no phones. Like this is when you really got to become brothers. So I think that's the biggest thing. That. Sure.
That's a fact. I mean, I think we having a lot of fun right now counting the bag, right? All of y'all got them professional careers going on right now. So we having a lot of fun, talking to the lady in the bank saying, give it up. Let's go. Right? We having fun.
Right.
Tyson, how would you say PSA has allowed you to be a diverse individual as possible, both on and off the court?
You know, I think for me, I think PSA just opened so many different doors for me. You know, I was able to go to, you know, like my first time really being able to see people from different cultures. I went to Long Island Lutheran. And just being able to meet people from all across the globe, from China, from Egypt, from South America, and then just playing on a circuit, you know, going against all the top players in the country, seeing different people from different backgrounds, how they do different things. I think that if we weren't given the access that we were given by playing with PSA to all these different other outlets, I don't think that we would have necessarily been able to have the same type of respect or privilege and honor it is to meet people from different parts of the country, from different parts of the world. And that's big because, you know, coming from New York City, coming from the area we kind of just stay in our areas, in our neighborhoods. And all we ever really know is the dude that lived next door to me, the dude that lived above me. You know, we just know us. But as you know, basketball take you places you wouldn't have dreamt of going. I just came back from Abu Dhabi. Like, I didn't ever in my mind that I would ever be playing basketball in the NBA in Abu Dhabi. Like, that was, there were many times that I had to just take a step back on that trip and be like, wow, like I'm really over here doing something that I love to do. And I know for me personally, none of that happens if I don't put on a PSA uniform. And I stand every day till I go on the ground, like, for real.
That's big. Now, my man Var was Harlem through and through. He would not leave Harlem. Like, you know what I mean? He was Harlem, man, the godfather of Harlem. And basketball has done similar things for him and Zay, you know? Like, when you were saying, yo, we don't really leave our neighborhood, all I keep having them visuals of Var pulling up in the red cherry car with pops and moms and getting to practice and not, you know, then going to Rice and going right there to Cardinal Hayes. My man was not leaving that local scene until it was time to go out there, get on the plane and put some paint in. You know what I mean? He was not trying to leave the block unless he was leaving it for that real work. So shout out to you, Var. Obviously, Tyson, phenomenal answer. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Like, my questions is so ill. I wish they gave y'all these questions when it was like 247 and ESPN and Rivals, when they used to pull you over at the game and give you the little generic joints like, hey, how's your recruitment going? Right? Like,
Yeah.
like, come on, and y'all answering off the top of the dome. Nobody got no solicited answers, no pre-questions. This is off the top, man. Let's go. Shavar, we on you, baby. Being one of the guys who had to believe in PSA before it was a national power.
The fact.
What would you say allowed you to remain in the program from 7th grade to current? And when I mean current is obviously y'all never graduate. It's bad on my health, but it's phenomenal for us, right? So being one of the older dudes that had to believe in the program before it was where it's at.
It was mostly the vision. Had to see where we wanted it to go and the grind. Like, I ain't never sell candy before to get a uniform, to fun. So when you was telling me do that, it's like, yo, I'm doing that. The play I could just go to Gaucho's or Riverside Church, man. What you got me doing over here? But that just was like a blessing in disguise. It just took me a part of the journey, the grind of Febreze and the jerseys, like the selling of the candy.
Yes.
The road trips, you know, and it just made us hungry. So when we did hit that level of success, it was meant for us. Like, we worked hard for that. So really it's the unspoken grind, because people talk about the grind, but some people really don't go through it. We went through the grind. We went through going through hells and earth, going to tournaments when they didn't even know who we was. We going in there, getting them first place to put us on another national schedule to, you know, become the number one team. So it's really the grind and the run. We doing laps around the Bronx to get in shape. We doing bench jumps in the hood, like, and people walking by like, yo, they gonna be something because they putting in that work. And when you put in that work, you definitely get benefited. So it's the unspoken grind that people don't really go through it, but we went through that. That's why it's where it's at right now.
Man, listen.
For my generation and on, like, we all put in that grind.
Yo, oh man, you're so cold. I had to put my sweater on, baby. That thing cold, baby.
It's the grind,
That thing
for
was
real.
cold. they said they call us bougie sometimes. You know what I mean? We hot Diddy, we Great Pond. They, you know,
Had
the
to get there
mud.
because the grind, we was doing stuff they wasn't even thinking about. So when we at that level, it's like, yo, we could do it because we was out here selling candy. You don't even know what it's like to sell candy to get that funds for that trip to go whoop on people that's not even as good as us, man. So it's just, I love that grind.
Yeah, that grind, that candy, that raffle tickets, right? The music playing in the back with the slippery court. You know, we was, that's the essence, right? Like people don't, and this is why this show is so ill, because people don't know the essence of what y'all go through, right? Like on the court, off the court, and across the classes. Like we talking only 14 way up to 19, and like you said, every single day, all day, like that, putting it in and ready for
I felt weights because I'm saying I don't need this until I hit college freshman year, and I said I should have been lifting weights all the time, but them stations of just towel sleds, dumbbells, like just everything is really the grind. And you allowed us to understand what work we have to put in to be what level we at now. So that's really what PSA embedded in my mind. Like, yo, you got to work hard for what you want, and it don't come easy. So when it do come easy, it's because you did put that work in.
Yeah, that was trusting the process before it became a slogan, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys put the pain in so crazy that, like you said, the reason why I stayed is I seen the vision and I helped create the vision. Like what make y'all so special is y'all creating the program while it's going, right? Like we talking about it and going through it and learning on the fly. And like you said, just feeling that sense of accomplishment from like, look, man, I'm out here and I'm selling candy Monday through Friday. Oh, I'm about to take these dudes' heads all the way off. Like, you know what I mean? I got to get these free sneakers. I got to get these free bags. I can't keep selling these raffle tickets. So that's the essence that most kids, they definitely not going through that no more, right? And hopefully they get back to that. So Zay, back to you, buddy. Being someone who also did middle school to current with PSA, what would you tell to your younger self as an adult today? What would you tell to your younger self? And remember, Zay, you was falling on the floor every 3 steps.
Yeah, I mean, I think through a part of my journey from middle school, well, first of all, when I came into middle school, there was no middle school team. So when I came to the gym, it was just to work out. Like I was going in, I remember coming in as a 6th grader, like, and you talking about Chris McCullough in the gym, Shavar in the gym, all those guys in high school. I'm the only little one. So y'all threw me in the fire early. I'm getting bumped around, falling on the ground. But I think telling myself back then is just to, allow yourself to not compare yourself to others. I think at some point through my career, I've seen people from all different types of teams and stuff go up this way and take different trajectories and paths. And I always was like, yo, why am I not like him? And now as I'm older now, it's just like, yo, whatever you really want to do in life, you just got to do it. Like, it don't really matter who you do it for. Like, it's not like I want to be better than this person or I want to be better than that person. I want to compare myself to that person. Like, just really put your head down and just grind and whatever you want. If you want to be a better shooter, get in that gym every single day and just be a better shooter for yourself. Like, I think at times I was trying to be the best version of myself for other people rather than myself. And now going back, I'll say, yo, listen, like, the only person that you got to worry about and getting better for is you. And when you get better for you, it's just going to sprinkle through everybody else. And I think that's just the biggest lesson I think I've learned, especially the past 3 months, and I'll tell my younger self.
That's the stuff. That's the stuff that make a collection plate go around, man. You're giving them wisdom, King. You're out here, start the collection plate, man. You're giving them wisdom.
After episode 4, you might have to start making a subscription for this.
Yeah, it's a subscription for real.
Listen, this is just like the team. We out the mud right now. Give me a Zoom. The content is what it is. You know what I mean? It's no limit. We don't want. Listen, man. We don't want to make it bougie. We gonna go with it. You know what I mean? We know we watching it. We don't need no subscribers right now. Just us. Right? Word. Tyson. Give me 3 words to describe your core values and how did they connect to PSA? 3 words to describe your core values and how do they connect to PSA? I mean, lead at this shit right here. You see me, Newkirk. I'm the point guard of this show.
That's why I learned it from, man.
Go.
I'm still learning.
Both doing.
That's a good question, Munch, because I know my core values and
Mm-hmm.
I base them into 5, but I'll give you my top 3.
Okay.
Dedication is 1, and under that, I would say like consistency. But dedication, number 2 is resilience, and number 3 is patience. So I think for me, you know, for me to even be, where I am right now, it took a lot of dedication and staying with the process of everything every single day and not wavering from it. And having the ability to say, every day I wake up, this is what I have to do in order to get to this point. So there is no conversation with myself saying I don't need to do that. Now every day, what I need to do, I had to do that. And I think that how that was reflected within the program is like we had rules in our program. We get to practice early. If you say we leaving from 161st at a certain time, we better be there early.
Sure.
We better, when we get to them hotels, them phones better be given up. Better know them plays.
The morning running, man. Don't forget about that. That used to kill me, man.
Yeah.
The 6 a.m.
Don't forget those.
And that's dedication, because all of us were talented enough to be like, yo, I'm not doing this. I'm about to go to Ren's, or I'm about to go to Lightning. We could have took the, not to say those programs is lesser. I'm not going to disrespect, but like I know they're not doing what we was doing. And that requires a certain level of dedication that goes into that, and to do it for a whole season. And for all of us, we was with PSA for multiple years, so we was doing that for years on years on years.
Heavy.
So I think like that, number 1. So number 2 is resilience. I think me and you, my last year of PSA, I ain't start out too high.
Yes, sir.
I didn't start out too high, and I'm saying here like, yo, I don't know what to do. I don't know what it is, and it was really adverse for me. The quiet all the noise, and just be able to weather the storm. Like, all right, I put the work in. I know I'm meant to do this, but do you have the courage to stand up in the midst of it? And I think what I was taught that year is like, you can make it through anything. What was big for me is you guys showed me, and you guys instilled confidence in me, knowing that I could get through what I was going through. But I've seen you do that for numerous amount of my teammates personally, and people that have come before me, and people that have come after me. And I think that that's kind of like all coaches. Like you and Dre were my, but I've seen all of you do that for multiple players in our organization that didn't even play for you guys yet. And the last one is, being able to, do what you need to do and serve your time and be ready for your moment. I think my moment came in the summer when I started picking up billions of amounts of offers and getting a lot of schools interested in me. It wasn't like that to start the season. But if I would have been like at the beginning, all this shit not gonna work, I would have never been ready for July.
Yeah.
So I think patience is something that you guys have also taught us, because at 15, you got to be ready for 15. And you got to be 17. There's no skipping steps. And that's something that you say a lot, Munch. Like in our own one-on-one, there is no skipping steps. And that
so one of the biggest things, and we all know, we never gonna put limitations on each other. We never gonna put each other in the box. Don't have to go into it just for the time's sake, right? Give me the last 2 core values. You said it was take 5 of those. You're not gonna limit your greatness.
Ambition. You can't tell somebody what they can't be.
What's the last one? Ambition is 4. My ambition as a rider, right?
Yeah, my last one, people, when I say it, people might not have the real definition of what the word means. But I can explain in a court.
Now just give me the word. We'll Google it.
Surrender.
One more time. Surrender. All right, surrender. We walking away with something. We're gonna look that up after.
Surrender.
So give me each one of y'all got a question. We got about 7 minutes, so I'm gonna hit a home run quick. Aaron judging this thing. Isaiah, what's your question? Because you antsy over there, baby. Like you taking out the ball in the 4th. What we got?
Yeah. All right. So I think my first question is in the past, like
last.
Yeah, and I said, this is my only question.
Yeah.
All right. So what's one thing that I think you would tell younger months when you first started, right? First started skating, first started coaching. Through what you've learned through this whole journey, what's the one thing that you would tell yourself back then that you feel like you might have missed out on, or maybe, you know, if you would have done this, it could have put you in this situation?
I would tell my younger self,
anything?
don't be afraid to be untraditional, right? Like, don't go the route that's normal, right? Well, whatever it's going to be, like, from everywhere from, you know, what school you select to what woman you date to when you get married to any of that. Don't be afraid to be untraditional. Be one of one, right? You cut your own cloth. Can't nobody tell you what's right from wrong. I would have started doing that a lot earlier, right? From the rooter. Like, once you get out of the space of just constantly trying to make it day by day, you like, nah, you know what? Just do it your way. Don't be scared to take chances, right?
Sure.
So I would tell that. Var, what you got?
You sound like me right there. Do it your way, man. I used to try to tell you that. You used to be like, yo, you gotta do it your way. As a mentor for me, I just want to know, how does it feel to have an imprint and an impact on a lot of young Black men in the community?
That's a great question.
That's a heavy question. I'll give you, when you really sit down, and y'all know I don't sit down a lot, but if I take any amount of minutes to just contemplate it and think about it, it feels like motivation. Like, most people want to feel like I've accomplished. It makes me feel like, oh, I'm up, I'm ready to go. Like, if I see anything y'all doing that looks like success from any one of y'all, it's go time. Like, I'm waking up 7 in the morning, and all I need is a text, a picture, a voicemail, anything from any of y'all that look like I've accomplished anything. I'm at their next. So that's really what it looked like. Tyson.
No, you've been in this game some time now. You know, man, you've had up 10,000 of us get to college. You've had some of us get to the league. You've had, you know, some of us go overseas and become professionals. What is your motivating factor still after all this time, being that we've accomplished much as a program?
Yeah.
What is your...
So when it come down to the grassroots, if we just in the basketball realm, right? Like, what we doing as far as basketball is concerned, like, my motivation now is like the respect. Like, any of y'all Google Barry Sanders from the Detroit Lions, right? Barry was at the top of his game, and then he just said, "I'm out. I'm leaving." And everybody's like, "Yo, how you leaving right now? You just rushed for 2,000, right?" Like, my motivation is never to be the program that fell off and then you walked out the door, or you stayed and you trash, right? Like, I want to leave it where it's like the legacy is so ill that it's cemented in the history of the country, not just New York, right? That's a small piece, but the history of the country, where it's like, oh, nah, PSA is popping. Oh yeah, when they play. Oh, they don't play. What you mean they don't play? They popping. Nah, they hung it up, through the shoelaces on the wire, and we back. We doing something else, right? And then just enjoy the fruits of our labor. So, like, my motivation is to make sure we never look like them. You know what I mean? Like, and be able to go out on my own accord, our own accord. So, great, phenomenal question. Try to speed it. Obviously, we lost a soldier and a great legend in 40 this past year. What would be one thing you would say to him if you got a chance to get that last word in? Isaiah.
Man, I think the first thing I would say is thank you. I think, you know, y'all, especially 40, in moments when I didn't really believe in myself, y'all always believed in me. And I think through the game of basketball, there was so many ups and downs where I would just have a simple conversation with 40 and be able to be calm again. So for me, it would just be like, thank you, and saying I love you for everything you really done for me. That's it.
Fire. Fall, what we got? We got 2 minutes. We going out with a bang. You got one of them.
Exactly what he said. Thank you, man, because there's so many times me and you was fire on fire that he was like, no disrespect, but mom, and he's going to calm you down and talk you through it and give you a different light to make you understand and get back on board with the the ship. So it just like just him being genuine, his chill, mellow self. Like, whew, you can't teach that. Sometimes you just too smooth for school, man. Like you really can't teach that. Sometimes you just that cool that it just one on one for real, untraditional, man.
As they say on the block, you that nigga.
That's a
You know, Tyson. You got the last words, King.
You know, everything is always, began with gratitude. So I will always express my gratitude for just his role in creating the opportunity for myself and everybody that's ever put on a PSA uniform. And I would just tell him, like, all the greatness that he saw in me, that, I'm a one day prove him right, and that's my promise still to him to this day. And that's how I carry it every day. Everybody that I ever lost, I represent them and they live through me. So I'm gonna just continue to put on for them.
Facts. Listen, that's episode 3, man. That thing went quick, but it's straight to the point, right? Let's get a PSA on 3, family on 6, man. 1, 2, 3.
PSA
4, 5, 6.
Family.
Love. I see y'all.